Born to Bloom, our third book that was launched on the 1st of June and that gave a chance to 10 plus authors to write their story which changed their lives, and they felt that this would be able to change the lives of those who are going to be reading this book. Let's start with our very first author here today who is joining us. We have with us the most beautiful of all the authors in the book, Megha Shiva Kumar, and she has a smile on her face that just gives away that yes, she is really that beautiful lady who shared her life experience with us. Let us ask her a few questions about what pushed her. What was that thing which told her, let me write this chapter? So, welcome Megha, welcome to the show.
Thank you for a warm welcome. Yes. I think I started writing with my life journey initially, and I was really having a lot of doubts about what to write and how to write. But as I went on writing, I got the flow of what I'm supposed to write, and very soon I was ready with my chapter. So I think just the start or pushing yourself to begin was the point where, once you've pushed yourself, then it will be done.
So when you received that first intimation, that first link, that first message from Payal saying we are looking for authors who want to write their chapter, what in your mind says, yeah, you know what? I've gone through a life-changing experience. Let me share it. Was there inhibition first? Was that thought that what will people think? Would I be good enough? Is my story actually readable? Is going to help change people's lives? Any of these thoughts?
Yes, definitely. A lot of such thoughts. Initially, when I started writing, there was a lot of self-doubt also, a hesitation whether who's going to read my story, whether, there is anything impactful in my story. But as I went on writing, I myself reflected on my entire life journey. And as we say that the success lies in the process, the journey itself. So I think since I started with that journey and I finished it, I was already a winner there.
Wow, wonderful. Already a winner. Now, all of us, we've been through life. Some of us are 25, 30 years old. Some of us are 30, 35, 40, even 50 plus. All of us have had multiple experiences in life. How easy or how difficult it is to choose. You know what? When I was young, this is what happened to me. When I was growing up, this is what happened to me. Or recently, this is what has happened to me. How do you pick and choose that experience so that comes out as your story?
Well said that there are many experiences to choose from. So I started my story as my life story. But then I decided that since it's all about leadership and thought leader, why not go to a story which brings out how my journey towards leadership. So that's how I picked up that I don't want to write the entire life story, but something on leadership and how my growth has transformed me to be a better leader.
Wonderful. Now, once you start writing your story, there is something called writer's block. All of us go through that. You are able to write the first few lines or 2 or 3 paragraphs, and then you are wondering, what should come next? What should I add? What should I edit? Does this fit into the theme of my story? Is it too long? Is it too short? Did you go through all that stages?
Yes, definitely. I think I have 2-3 versions of my story, and each version I think brings out a different Megha in itself. But then later at the last step, the last thought that I had was, what is that in it for any reader who will read my story? And that was the last step when I against each experiences I noted down my takeaways for them. So what did I learn which they can implement in their life? So my story after each experience will give you those takeaways.
So now just tell us about the story which finally you decided that this is going to be my story. Tell us in short.
So my story is about how I started my journey after clearing my CA exam. My first job was with Big Four consulting. The challenges that I faced there, coming from a very humble background, I had to set into the work culture of a Big Four. That's where I started my journey, from settling into the Big Four culture, and then slowly, steadily moving towards corporates. Corporates also gave me another level of exposure on processes. So how I developed a lot of processes there, and also how those processes led me, to be not very fit for the job anymore. After that, I got married, motherhood, my whole journey on motherhood, and those years, how I struggled with balancing work as well as my motherhood journey, what challenges I faced, everything is detailed in that book. Then later on, how I realized that this is not what I'm supposed to do, and there was some very deep reflection. I took a year of sabbatical also then, and there was a deep reflection that this is not what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to do something more bigger, and that's when I started my own consulting firm. And after starting my consulting firm, there was COVID, so I started. Then I had to pause that time. I will not say I stopped. I will say I paused. I went back to corporate because that was the need of the hour to have some financial independence. After working in corporates for another few years, which gave me another huge level of exposure towards how to deal with different stakeholders. I did that another 2 years with corporates, and then went back to consulting when the time was right. So all of these things are there in my story.
So you shared that, after doing CA, you got into one of these Big Four. Isn't it everybody's dream passing out of CA that, I should get a job in one of these top 4 companies?
Yes, it is, and so was it mine. Plus, that time GST was pretty new subject. It was just announced that GST is going to get implemented by this year, and I was so lucky to get into GST. So I think I'm blessed to get something which I always wanted to be.
Wonderful. Now, let's just imagine, if you wouldn't have gotten into one of these Big Four, would your life have been different? Would your journey have been different? Would you now be at a totally different place?
Yes, definitely. But I cannot imagine myself beyond that. I think I was meant to be, my journey was meant to be like this. So I think it's just perfect.
So now, life after becoming an author or a published author. I've seen that post of yours on LinkedIn, which really went viral, which means a lot of people commented on that post and congratulated you for your first book and all. How does it feel to be called an author, a published author?
It feels great, and equally grateful to get this opportunity to be a published author. This was, I would not say was not my dream, but somewhere it was there always. Although it's been 2 months, but it has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. So I think I'm more confident now. The way people approach me, there's some difference in that. I'm already thinking on what next I need to write upon. So I think a lot of changes. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, a lot of CAs end up writing books. A lot of CAs. What is it with the profession or the degree which makes a CA want to be either famous or known or be called an author or an expert?
I really don't have an answer to that. But I think everyone somewhere has a desire to be famous. It's just a matter of getting the opportunity and leveraging the opportunity. So I think, yes, yeah, that's the answer.
So let's say you meet somebody who has this thought in their mind that I want to share my life story. I want to become an author. What would be your advice to such people?
I think my advice, I will connect them to Payal immediately.
Yeah, why I ask this question is because in the next 4 months, since Born to Bloom was so successful, we are now planning for another book to come up at our 275th show. And I'm sure you will be able to reach out to some people, or within your circle, you will know some people who, could actually take the benefit. Hey, I wrote my first chapter over here. Why don't you try it out? Is that something you would want to do?
Yes, and the way I got this opportunity, I would like to pass it on to people who deserve this. So definitely, I'm going to do that.
Wonderful. Now, along with you, there are other chapters in the book of other authors who shared their story, their chapters. Anything that comes to mind, any chapter or any author who really comes either very close to your story or something that touches you?
I think the story of Naveen Singhania, of how he had undergone surgeries and how he had been sick for a while and then came back, that touched my heart.
Wonderful. So, for all those people who are still thinking, aren't sure that I have a chapter or I am an author, or should I write something, or even if I write something, what will people feel? Will I be the perfect author? Will my chapter really, inspire people or motivate them? My message to you is just as Megha told us. Start writing your chapter. There will be 2 or 3 versions. Those versions will have possibly different takeaways, but there will be one that will be close to your heart, that will touch you, that will feel you, that this is me, this is what I have gone through, and this is what I want the world to know, that this is how I crossed these hurdles, this is how I overcame these obstacles. And she shared, after getting into the big 4 and then getting married and then motherhood, then leaving job, consultancy, then back with job, and then back again. Life is full of ups and downs. All of us experience ups and downs in our life. And it's book like these, it's chapters like these, it's stories like Megha's that tell us there are better days coming, stay the course, follow the process, and as they say, हम सब के अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं. What say, Megha?
Definitely. मेरे आ गए हैं.
मेरे आ गए हैं, अच्छे दिन आ गए हैं. Thank you, Megha, for joining us, and thank you everybody for watching this. Thank you so much.